Wow, it feels like I was standing here 5 minutes ago and opening up the anniversary symposium in St. Gallen, the 50th. Now we are 3 days later and we have gone through 60 sessions. We had debate, we had actions, we had the intergenerational dialogue. An absolute splendid 3 days. They have already come to an end. As this year was so special, where we had some physical, but also most of the time virtual engagements across the world with our global presence, with the big hubs in St. Gallen, Singapore, and in New York. We really wrote history here. And the we means it's the students team, it's the foundation team, and it's all of you participants, 2000s, but also all the speakers. I would not do justice trying now to actually summarize the 60 sessions which we have had. So I will not do that. What I will do is just say a big thank you. A thank you to all the speakers and the participants. It was really great to see that in most discussions, or all discussions, we had different generations involved and we had debate. And we can take things forward now into the next 12 months before we meet again next year, hopefully again physical and also virtual. The second is the students. And let me open here a bracket and not just thank this year's student team, which has done a marvelous job in setting all of this up. Let me also say a thank you to the team of last year, because they did not experience actually a symposium because we had to cancel it, but they did a lot of work actually which we could use. And then the students team this year could build on that and really come to here has an enormous symposium come together across the world and bringing so many participants into it. A big thank you from all of us, the participants, but also the speakers, and we from the Board of Trustees. Then the third one is the foundation team, because the students also work together with the foundation team. They have done remarkable work as well. So they have guided the students to actually bring this symposium together. For me, the key learning which I take away is also the vision of the St. Gallen Symposium, which I foster leadership today, but always with the generation, the next generation in mind. So I hope that with all of our debates, we have further improved our major theme, which is trust matters. That the trust erosion which we have experienced now can actually put aside, and we rebuild trust, and we tackle the many challenges we have in the world. With that, let me now close. Let then give the time to the students to celebrate the success of the symposium. Before doing that, we will see a short film, and Vivian and Oscar will take you through that. I hope to see you all again next year. Have a great year, stay safe, and hopefully next year the pandemic will not be a key issue. We have moved on from that. Thank you very much.
Now, we're at the end of the 50th St. Gallen Symposium. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty exhausted. But exhausted in a good way, because the last 3 days showed us how crucial cross-generational dialogue is to our society. We now have to take our responsibility and reflect on those things that have been said during the last 3 days and act upon them.
Now we want you to come with us. We want to show you a different perspective of this year's St. Gallen Symposium site. Together with 3 of our colleagues, Alina, Tess and Charlotte, we want to give the 50th International Students Committee a voice. This year, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. This means 49 symposia took place exactly right here. So Alina, what's your special moment that you connect with 50 years of cross-generational dialogue?
One moment that was really special to me was when I realized how many people really stand behind those 50 years of St. Gallen Symposium. It was when I helped the ISC alumni package some gift packets for our members. There were 850 letters being sent out to 35 countries. This is 850 people who made the ISC what it is today.
Here, on this ground, 49 symposia before took place. Isn't that incredible? And every single team started off as strangers, and in the end made it happen. Also, we faced numerous challenges on our way, but in the end, here we are, and here we stand. Tess, how would you describe your team year? What was your experience?
When we started our year in September, I guess no one of us expected this to happen. Well, I'm not talking about the pandemic or the physical distance we had to handle, but rather about the whole team's commitment and bond, even though we barely saw each other in months. It was extremely hard and at times frustrating to work as a team, but not being together as a team physically. But with the symposium in mind, we committed to the mission and we learned what it means to grow and stick together. I'm very proud on the determination we achieved as a team.
Now we have talked about our history and about our team. But what is it that makes the St. Gallen Symposium so special? It is us. It is me and Oscar. It is you and I. We are all part of this extraordinary community. During the last months, Charlotte worked closely together with our Leaders of Tomorrow community. Charlotte, what is one of your most memorable experiences together with the Leaders of Tomorrow?
Yes, so this year's symposium would not have been possible without our international community. I personally experienced that myself. I organized the local event in Tokyo with several physical and digital participants, as well as a panel discussion with speakers, without ever being there before or meeting someone personally. How I did that? I could actually rely on a great network of motivated symposium alumni who supported me with the event. And it took me only one phone call to have 2 Leaders of Tomorrow for the event on board. And this really shows me that we are backed by a large international community who support but also trust in our plans for this year, but also for the next 50 years.
Thank you, Charlotte. We will now enter the main stage of this year's symposium. Come with us.
We want the St. Gallen Symposium to have a meaningful and real impact. We want to go out in the world and make a difference. For the past 50 years, you have helped the St. Gallen Symposium come to life. By giving us your trust this year, you have demonstrated that you care about our missions today and tomorrow. We would like to first mention the extraordinary support of the University of St. Gallen and our foundation. But especially you, dear partner, dear participants, we would like to thank you. Thank you for your support, your engagement, and your trust in us. You make it clear that you believe in the powerful impact of challenging cross-generational dialogue. But in a few years from now, how will we measure the success of the 50th St. Gallen Symposium? We know for sure our success is not defined by numbers, profit, or media attention. For us, it's about creating meaningful friendships and relations across generations, being able to rely on each other, and above all, creating meaningful ideas into action.
During the last 3 days, we listened to over 150 speakers from all around the world, talking about why trust matters in every aspect of life and society. We discussed, we debated, and we collided. But what is next? Yesterday, Wolfgang Schürer, founder of the ISC, talked about how challenging it is to manage the implementation of ideas into practice. What if no actions follow? What if 1 year from now, nothing has changed and we're still talking about impact, but actions never follow? All of us are familiar with the challenges humanity is facing. What concerns me the most is how drastically the climate is deteriorating, how millions of people toil under inhuman working conditions, and how billions suffer under major inequality. This symposium has to change things for the better. For this reason, we have to convert dialogue into action.
We are members of the International Students Committee, but at the same time, we give a voice to the young generation, especially to those who have been silenced for so long. Oscar and I have the privilege to stand on the stage here tonight and to speak to you. Therefore, we want to take the chance to appeal to you. Take a moment to reflect on the past 3 days. Ask yourself, how can you make a change? Now, we have to trust each other. Trust that everyone realizes the urgency of the matter at hand and start acting earnestly with the next generation in mind. As the heads of our organizing committee stated in their speech yesterday, it's 100 seconds to midnight. The time to act is now.
So, when we meet again next year at the 51st St. Gallen Symposium, we don't want to talk about what is going wrong and what we could possibly do. Yes, we want to point at things that are wrong in this world, but come together as a community to find holistic solutions and encourage people to implement them. This is why cross-generational dialogue is more important than ever. We will continue to discuss, to debate, and to collide. And with that being said, we are already looking forward, welcoming you in St. Gallen and all around the world for the 51st St. Gallen Symposium.
But before we say goodbye, we want to present to you our team, the 50th International Students Committee.
Last year's team didn't have the chance to organize a symposium. This is why we want them to join us now and to share this special moment with us.